What is going on, good people of Earth? It is Mikey reporting live from Immortals Inc. Studios. And you know, when I introduce myself, you know it's something special. So today we have two special guests, and they came to me with just straight ambition. And you know why? We're revealing Disney's new, what was it, TCG?
Yeah, TCG.
Disney's new TCG, Lorcana, right?
Yep.
And I have Mr. Robert Mayo with me.
What's up?
And his accomplice.
Hi, how you doing, guys? My name is RJ.
As we were talking before, you guys get the most interesting games, and
We try.
Yeah, it's have a very broad collection, and D23, I think it's good for everybody, and I would be highly excited if you guys got this in the store.
They texted me, Robert texted me, he's like, hey, there's this new TCG coming out for Disney. They're revealing on D23, which is their basically yearly expo that they do, right?
Yeah, this is actually the first time in 3 years since the world stopped.
That's wild. The world literally stopped.
Yeah, I found that, I'm like, oh shoot, I kind of forgot, that happened.
That's
Right,
wild.
yeah.
So he sends me these photos, and he's like, there's a new trading card game from Disney. It's called Lorcana, and it's basically like you would say Magic, but Disney characters.
Yeah.
Like Disney-based, completely Disney-oriented, which is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Because, you would think there'd be one by now, right?
I think with that too is like they've had board games before, and we talked about this.
Yeah, they got something Disney villainous that they made with
that game.
Ravenscroft. Ravensburger.
Yeah.
Who's actually, I believe, assisting with Lorcana as well.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. What is the target audience for this TCG?
So I think, this is from my perspective, I think anyone who's a Disney fan, period,
Yeah.
is going to reach out for this game.
Because I was interested. I'm a Disney fan, and I was like, Mickey Mouse? Is that the chase card?
Like, it is the chase
I'm
card.
going to put Mickey Mouse right here. I mean, it's like, I immediately thought that. I'm like, is that the
Yeah.
chase card? Is that what you want?
Oh, I would love it. Because they're calling it Taylor Mickey or something Taylor.
I'm not even a Disney fan. I just like trading card games and board games and that. And I'm even kind of into this. It looks like fire.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, RJ, like, why did you, why are you into this?
I mean, I've kind of been Bobby's partner in crime. He's got this podcast going, and so I've been helping him out with that. But he shows me this stuff, and I'm just like, okay, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. I was into Yu-Gi-Oh! I was into Magic the Gathering. I just collected the Pokemon cards when I was younger, but no, this just looks fun.
It really does look fun.
The art in it is beautiful.
It's
They got,
insane.
I think they got Miller, who used to do
Yeah.
Magic the Gathering cards. So
Yeah, and then they have, I think, Warner. He's also the reason Disney Villainous is actually a thing now, because he helped design that game.
What are you guys looking forward to the most when it comes to this, game? Lorcana.
I think it's the art. The art is obviously is fantastic, and I was thinking this actually came up a bit ago when I was talking to my wife about this game, and I was looking at her like, you can't tell me that for art alone you wouldn't want, because Pocahontas is her favorite, like she wouldn't grab a deck for Pocahontas. Yeah.
Is it like, how's it going to be based around that? So how do you build your deck? Is it going to be, do you know anything about that yet or
far,
no?
I don't think there's.
we don't know anything. I know looking at some of the cards, it showed like different like almost classes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like there was a hero, there was a villain. I think something called Dreamwalker or something.
There
like
were,
that.
I think, Dreamborn, Storyborn, and I think there's like Bloodborne. There's like a different. It's weird, like how it's one of the things that was, I guess, like how they description of the card, and there was also a lot of things like evasion. There was some like other things like Challenger. There are certain mechanics in the game that I'm still not unsure how it's supposed to work.
Yeah, because it's so new. We
Right.
don't even know. I mean, literally you texted me last week and you're like, they just revealed it. So it's like,
Yeah.
I knew we had to get it on here because, for one, I'm sure you guys are just either now finding out about this or you've heard about it and you want to know more about it, which is why we brought the two experts on with us.
I don't know about experts there, man. But
We'll just
I
use
appreciate the
that.
faith.
We'll
I
be
appreciate the
optimistic.
faith.
We're being
Yeah.
optimistic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've been like deep diving.
He has.
Insane.
He's been, listen. He's
I've
been deep diving. Okay.
Yeah,
This is commitment.
Yeah, even like while I'm at work, or if I was like trying to put the baby down for a nap, I'm like, all right, what else can I find out?
So you get a text from 3:30 a.m. from Robert Mayo. It's like, wait, what the hell? It's like, what's this dude doing? It's like, oh, sweet. He's talking about D23. Yeah, that's commitment, bro. I appreciate
honestly
that.
don't know when this man sleeps. I work night shift, so I sleep during the day. But this man is texting me day, night, evening, whatever, and I'm just like, all right, I'm asleep. No,
way,
no,
I'm always
What is
working.
going on?
In a way, I'm always working, or if it's not from like my regular job or as a dad.
And he called you Bobby. So what? Is that what you go by? Can I call you
Usually-
Bobby?
Yeah, a lot of people call me Bobby at this point, so that's all.
So do you prefer Bobby?
I see Bobby, Mayo, or sometimes Rob, but mostly those first two.
Because my real name's Kenneth.
Yeah.
It's not Mikey. So I go by, whatever.
I like Mikey.
Okay.
Mikey fits really, really
Okay.
well.
Then I'll do, I might do Bobby. I might join your wave and do Bobby.
Yeah.
It kind of rolls off the tongue,
It's
but then
easier.
he calls his baby boy Bobby, so I'm just like,
No, keep
I
keep
don't
that.
know what to call you, man.
Keep it. Keep
Like
that.
Bobby. Okay.
I got
Going into this new game, Lorcana, which is a pretty cool name, are they basing it off lore? Is that why they call it Lorcana?
It's interesting. So it seems like, from what I read, the players are what they call illusionaries. So similar like what Magic the Gathering is. When you're a Magic the Gathering player, you're actually considered a wizard, and that's when you're casting spells at each other. So it's something similar to that, from what I understood.
Because with MetaZoo too, you're a caster. You cast spells too. So I think that's kind of the vibe they're going with too, and it's cool. But do you guys have any like worries about this, or do you have any preferences going into what this game could possibly be?
Honestly, based on the fact that they're working with a company that they've worked with before, they're working with someone who used to work with Magic, someone who used to work with Wizard or some. I don't know if he still does work with Wizards of the Coast, or if he
used to. Well, we'll probably figure that out, but I think he did.
But I mean, Wizards of the Coast, you guys know them. Magic the Gathering, you guys know them. So I have trust. I have faith in this. I don't think Disney does any half measures. So I think they're going to do a pretty good job.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Like, I think going into it, because we had before figuring out what else was putting out information from what I got last night, or even today rather. Didn't know how soon they were trying to project product was going to come out, because I know for a while, like some games when they come out, usually there's kind of like a slow start because they're not sure how it's going to perform, except for Bandai. Bandai, they're just all gas. They'll spew out, Dragon Ball product, or they'll spew out Digimon like it's nobody's business. So they've been doing pretty fine and pretty well.
And it's Disney.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when you're Disney, they're dropping their own TCG. It's like
$1 billion company is basically producing this.
Right.
I'm usually a skeptic with Disney, but like I said, they got some big names going into this. They seem to be putting some money into this. I've got faith.
I think the only thing I would say about worry was how events are going to work. I have no idea how that's going to happen. Again,
we might have to set some up here at Immortals. If it gets that real, we'll dedicate a day to it. I think it's gonna get that real.
Yeah, and again, like, it's still, the art alone is worth it. I think once we understand how the gameplay works, I think it's also gonna be pretty easy, because I think you were saying from what you read that it was supposed to be you said it was family friendly and similar. I think you said it was similar to Pokemon, the idea.
Yeah. I remember reading a Polygon article, and it said that it's supposed to be family friendly. It's supposed to be the battle system is supposed to be similar to Pokemon. I never really knew how to battle with Pokemon. I just collected the cards. Listen, worst comes to worst, this turns into a card collecting game, and you just collect cards, which isn't a bad thing, because there are just so many Disney fans out there that people will go out there and will buy these cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the art is, anybody who just likes beautiful art. I mean, we were talking about this before. The art style for everything is the same. Like I looked at Elsa. I never really watched Frozen, but you look at Elsa and she looks exactly like Captain Hook. And those are two different movies from two different eras, two different art styles, and they look the same.
That's really cool too that they did that. And I wanted to mention that first edition. Remember when I texted you and I was like, there's a first edition at the bottom of the card that you showed me from the D23 Expo. How does that work?
I think they were saying that you have to be at the event to get those, because it was like first edition and it has like the D23 logo on the bottom. But from what I understand, I think there's a plan to try to reach out to get still like a lot of these like first edition sets out there, because from what I hear is that they're trying to produce, I think, 4 sets a year. And this game, from what I also understand, is going to start fall of next year, 2023.
Okay, and they're releasing 4 sets every year.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So it's like just the perfect amount, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's
not overdoing it, not underdoing it, just
kinda,
doing it.
Yeah, kind of like Magic. Magic does that for standard sets. Pokemon, they spew out, I think, like 6 or 8, some big number throughout the year. I think Yu-Gi-Oh does something similar too, where they have like the base sets and then they have their side sets too.
Cool. I really appreciate you guys coming on today just to talk about it because, like I said, I didn't know much about it. I'm sure you guys don't know much about it either, but it's going to take the world by storm as soon as it drops, in my opinion, because it's Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Disney owns everything. They own me.
Yeah.
It's like...
I think throughout the year, too, we're going to figure out, like, more sets, more stuff is going to get leaked, what we can expect. I think eventually gameplay will come out eventually, and then hopefully we can actually come back and try to do that and show.
I wouldn't be surprised if we were back here in a couple months from now talking about new released cards or possible gameplay. I think you guys need to pay attention the entire year because I don't think this is going to be the first time. I don't think this is going to be the last time that we talk about this.
Oh yeah, I already know it's not going to be the last time. Like I was going to say, I would love to have you guys back on here as soon as possible to talk about any updates or anything we get. You know what I mean? Because you guys are informative as long as we get there, and we just can't. We can't hold this out. It's a Disney, so it's like everybody has to know about it. That's what I'm saying. So Bobby and RJ, I appreciate you guys coming on today. It's actually a pleasure, and I can't wait till we do the next one. And anybody who has any questions, feel free to comment below. These guys will answer your questions. I'll answer your questions. Immortalsinc.com. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way.
Yo, yeah.
You have to subscribe.
Also, can we actually ask a question to
I would love to hear a question.
What Disney character are you excited to get your hands on? Because that's going to be even more spectacular. Basically having a chance to play with your favorite character.
I want the Mickey Mouse chase card, bro. I want to pull a Mickey, bro. Hercules? Is that a chase card?
No, I'm saying like if the moment where they show Hercules, I'm like, that's mine. That's Hercules was my favorite.
I wonder, will they have any Marvel characters or no?
Because it's Disney. Question too. We don't know.
We don't know.
That'd be epic.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did come out with a booster pack of Marvel characters.
Or
Disney, you said, Disney owns everything.
Disney, we appreciate what you're doing. So, if you want to drop us a few first edition cards, we'll take them.
We would appreciate that.
But either way, we appreciate what you're doing. Fellas, I appreciate you for coming on. Until next time, folks. Can't wait to see you guys next time.
Thank you.